A rule-based simplified wrap is an intelligent way to filter design data. With the help of the View Manager, you can define a new simplified wrap and define the foundation of your design data. So for example, we want to choose graphics wrap. Under the Model Rules button, you can define additional rules. We add a new rule and we want to exclude components filtered by geometry. So with the right mouse button, we can add a new condition. Here we define the attribute by size, and we want to have the absolute type. So this pretty much says that the bounding box is, for example, greater than or less than. We choose should be smaller or less than 3 inch, and add this as a new rule. But we also want to filter the inner geometry out. To do this, we choose under the Geometry tab the exterior components and say it's not equal to 1. Add it as another rule. Shrink wraps will be evaluated as well, and we can preview the results here. These two rules found 92 items which should be excluded. With Ctrl A, I can highlight them and preview them in the graphics area and also in the model tree. This is exactly what we want to exclude: inner components and small components. But we not only want to exclude certain geometry, we also want to change a few components to Masterwrap, the components we actually want to work on. So I add another rule, and I change the representation to Masterwrap, and with the right mouse button again I can add a condition. Now in this case we want to filter that by name. Name is an attribute, so I filter under the Attribute tab by expression and say this is a string. It is at the end of the list by username, and the username is equal to Mr. Cooper. Add the rule, preview the results. 8 items get changed to Masterwrap. This is my second rule. Next to creating the rules, I can also evaluate the rules. This gives me a quick preview if my rules work. So you can see here that certain components are in graphics wrap, in Masterwrap, or excluded from my representation. With hitting the OK button, the rule gets applied. And I can see in my representation all inner components are removed, and also if I go through the model tree I can see certain components are in Masterwrap, or if I move over I can see at the bounding boxes here that certain components are still in graphics wrap.